This story is about one of my clients who she came in and she knew that she had a problem, okay? She said, you know what, Erica, I love vanilla ice cream, she said. As a matter of fact, how I drive home, I go to this particular store and get the same ice cream every single day. And she would eat about one of those little pints of ice cream every single day. Same ice cream, same store, drove home the same way every single day. It was kind of like this vortex, you know, if she got close, I don't know if this has ever happened to you, she gets in the vicinity of that store and whoosh, she gets sucked in the store and she's eating that ice cream before she knows it. So it's a bad habit, right? So I asked her, and she knew that she needed to get rid of that or she wasn't going to be successful with her weight loss, and I agreed with her, okay? This is a problem, we have to fix this problem. So sometimes there are very concrete, very clear, concrete things that need to be addressed, okay? Not always, sometimes. So I asked her, okay, so what what happens after you buy the ice cream? Like, why is this happening? She said that she would come home and eat the ice cream. I said, okay, well, if you weren't coming home and eating the ice cream, what would you be doing? She said, well, I'd probably have to do all this work. She lived on a farm, so she had animals, she had a barn, she had a family. So it was kind of like, you guys ever felt like you have a second job when you get home? Oh, yeah. Yeah. Okay, so she went from one job to the other. Okay, so the ice cream, what need was it meeting, right? She needed to take a break and relax. And she wasn't doing it. And so what did the brain do? Ice cream, ice cream. And so it kind of forced her. She didn't realize this was happening. It's obvious to me, but she didn't realize this was happening. She would get the ice cream, come home, eat the ice cream, take a break, and then she'd do all that other work, okay? And so we came up with a plan for her. And here's what I said. Sometimes the easiest solution is the best. I said, you know what? Is it possible for you to go home a different way for a couple days? And she said, yeah, I guess. You know, it'll be like 4 miles out of my way, but I could do it. So I said, okay, that's what I want you to do. I want you to go home a different way for a little while, okay? That technique right there I call training wheels. Okay, training wheels just kind of like when you're a kid and you put your training wheels on your bike so that you could practice being on your bike. Okay, so driving home a different way is what I would call training wheels. It's not intended to be permanent. It's intended to help you get over some hurdle, temporary, so that you can be successful, okay? So she went home a different way a couple of days, came back the next week, told me how it went. And she said, Erica, I only ate one small bowl of ice cream instead of a pint every day. She was very happy, okay? And here's her results. So what she told me is that she really only went home a different way 2 times. And not all habits are changed this quickly, but this is why it worked for her, because on top of not going home that way, she went home a different way. When she got there, I had her, and we come up with this together. I'll say, what about tea? So I brainstorm with people to try and figure these things out, right? Like I know a lot of things that work across the board for a lot of people. She came home and had tea instead. And here's what I told her. I said, you know what? There's going to be part of you that just wants to get to work and get all that stuff done because you know you're going to feel better when you get it done. But I don't want you to do that. I want you to recognize what your brain is trying to tell you. It needs a break between your 2 jobs, right? One paid, one unpaid, basically. So she came home, drove home a different way, came home, had the tea, and that worked for her. As a matter of fact, on the 3rd day, she didn't even need to go home a different way anymore. Because the brain, what the brain is thinking is, oh, we don't have to stop here anymore. We have a better idea. We go have that tea thing now, okay? Now, I'm not saying that it's always that super easy because, you know, ice cream can be delicious, right? It has a lot of sugar in it and milk and things, right? Okay? But for her, it worked really well. And so once she was able to make that transition, those 2 days, the training wheels came off, she was able to come home, have tea, and it wasn't a problem for her anymore, okay? So that's one of the examples that I wanted to share with you guys about kind of how this stuff works in the real world, how a unique solution to an issue that's going on with you can be implemented and integrated into your life simply and easily and enjoyably for you so that it can work.